Thank you very much, first of all, for giving your time this morning. We really, really appreciate what you've done. It's very helpful, and this is meant to be a neighbourhood plan. It will happen with your ideas in it. All of the work we take away from today, we draw up, we start to build into our baseline report, and ultimately, once we've kind of packaged that up, we will publish a baseline report that everyone can go online and have a look at. There's a lot of technical evidence work going on at the moment as well in terms of analysis of the local development plan documents. That will also form part of our work, and at the moment we're waiting for the community infrastructure document to be published so that we can also have a look at that. So there'll be a little... Well, the local development plan evidence-based documents will all be published and available online on Malden's website. What will...
I'm not online.
Oh, everything that we produce, all our evidence-based documents, will be available as part of the suite of documents for the neighbourhood plan. So you'll be able to read every bit that we do. We have absolutely nothing to hide in the process. Well, no, but yeah, everyone can. And if you see, if you see gaps in the information, we want to know, because you have all sorts of bits of knowledge around the town that we can't possibly hope to plug into unless someone tells us. So it will be available for you to go through and have a look at. Our process from here is that over the coming months we will start to draw up an emerging neighbourhood plan. At this stage, because of the timescales that the local development plan is running to, there is no rush. We can't finish the process until the end of next year. So we can afford over the coming months to take our time, think carefully about these things, and go back over information. If we feel we need more evidence on a certain subject, we've got time to go and get it. What we will start to do probably from about late February, early March, is start to come back and soft test some early ideas with groups, and particularly those people who've given their contact details to us. We can start to put groups of people together who are interested in particular themes and say, look, we'd like to come and test with you the ideas that we're drawing up around the economy or around housing or around heritage and character. Once we've been through that, that kind of soft testing process, we'll pull a proper consultation draft of the document together, and the consultation on that, then there'll be a formal 6-week process, which at the moment my guess is that will happen from Easter onwards. And that will be when we want everybody around the town to be going through the document and having a really careful look at it. Once we've been through that process, we then do another iteration of changes to try and take on board the comments that are made. And we can then get to a point where we hope we've got a complete draft which meets the objectives of most of the people in the town. We won't be able to please everybody, but we can try and get something together that represents overall a pretty good solid opinion. The plan then has to go off and be tested for its soundness. It has to be examined to check to check that it's compatible with planning policy at the district level, and that it is a sound plan and that the process has been clear. Once that stage has been crossed, and also we have a local development plan that has finally been adopted, we can then go to the referendum on the neighbourhood plan. So there's still a lot of work to do, but we feel like we're nearing the end of step 1 now. So I'd like to thank you all very much for your participation today. I have a question.
Sorry, 2 questions. Number 1 is, please could you optimise your site for Google, because being a bit foolish, I hadn't bookmarked the site, and I wanted to check yesterday exactly what was happening, when it was happening. You don't even appear on the first page if you put Burnham-on-Crouch Neighbourhood Plan in. It really needs to be, you need to have more links and engineer it so it goes up in the Google ratings. Point number 1. Point number 2, there's a lot of angst between the people of Burnham and the people in the Malden district who we don't think they're listening to us in the Malden district. Okay. I understand your timetable, but it would be great if you could share things like minutes from today and all of the other sort of emerging neighbourhood plan work with Lawrence and his cohorts over there, so that they can at least see the way in which Burnham is thinking. Because otherwise they'll just say, oh, well, we didn't know anything and we've come up with our own.
No, we have a direct line of contact back to. They have a member of their planning policy team who is specifically tasked with liaison with the neighbourhood plans that are happening in the area. And we also know other people within their planning policy team. So I have regular conversations with them. We'll be meeting with them in a couple of weeks' time to feedback on all the baseline work, and also specifically to put to them the questions that you've been raising, because we want there's things that they need to be telling us as well as the other way around. So, but we do have a good line of communication directly with them. Aside from anything else that's going on.
It does need to be at that senior level because, to put it politely, they're a cellular organisation, and people in one little job don't necessarily feel they've got to disseminate stuff to their bosses.
They are civil servants.
They're all totally overwhelmed.
Yes. No, but we have got contact right at the senior level of the planning officers.
Can I just clarify, Steve, that there's actually two strands to the local development plan. There's this neighbourhood plan, which is one fragment, and there's another plan called Burnham West. Is that still ongoing, or is this virtually superseded the original?
No, sorry, I think you might have a kind of category error with your take on it. The local development plan sets planning policy for the whole of the area, including all of Burnham, and allocates 3 development areas. We are then preparing an overlay to that just for Burnham, which adds more detail. And we can pick whichever elements of that we want to engage in. We don't have to engage with all of it if we don't want to, but we can look at all of the area. What we can't do is deallocate bits of land that they've chosen to allocate.
It's just coincidence. There's another presentation down the road going on of another.
Yeah, that's a developer promoting his approach to a site. Okay. So that's you have kind of different angles on the same questions. But by all means, I'd encourage you, as you leave here, I'd encourage you to go down there and tell him what you think about his scheme. And he's got
whatever we do, Burnham will flood. Whatever you build, whatever you do, Burnham will flood, and the sewer works is not doing its job. Please, that is #1 priority.
I think that point's come out very clearly from the work we've done this morning.
Sewer works are not doing their job. Anglian Water is a profit-making organisation, and they will let you down.
Can I suggest that you centralise the next meeting, perhaps at the Carnival Hall, and you'll get more people. You'll also might get some youngsters, or
Thought we'd get him at the school.
Well, I tell you what, whatever we do, I'll make you this promise: we'll meet somewhere warmer. All right. On that note, I wish you all a really good, safe journey home, and thank you very much for coming. We really appreciate it. Thank you.